Nowadays, everyone wants to run before they can walk. They want to make money in their sleep before they can make it in the day. They want to become the boss before they've done a day's work. None of the latter is possible without the former. The smartest people in the world recognise that they do not know it all whatsoever, and they never will do. For you to become a master any area of your life, you must go through a sustained period of learning. Call it apprenticeship if you like. This is a major problem for many young people who believe they are very bright and they believe they know it already. Be like, you tell them something, be like, yeah, I know that, I know this. Be like, and they'll even try and one up you and say, I know this, I can do this. They refuse to drop the ego, and they refuse to go through this period of life. And this is something that I have consciously made an effort to do. I've recognised that there are a lot more people out there who are far more intelligent than me, who are a lot more wiser than me, have a lot more experience than I do. And instead of me doing what a lot of other people would do and try and one-up them, I listen to them, I observe them, I ask them a lot of questions. Why are they doing what they're doing? Why do they do absolutely every single minute detail that they do? Why do they say that certain thing? Why did they just do that small kind of gesture? Everything that they do is subconsciously transmitted for a reason. And I think if you kind of take notes of this, I'm not saying write every single thing down that you see of this person that you're kind of undertaking this apprenticeship in and learning a lot of skills from. Just realize that a lot of things are intentional, whether you believe it or not, and that a lot of these do have kind of a ripple effect, a snowball effect if you like, on other people and their actions. And also by doing this, you'll make a lot of friends and you'll build a lot better relationships in doing so. Everyone wants their voice to be heard. Everyone wants to be praised for good work that they do. Everyone wants to be made important, made to feel important. And that's something that you will do by doing this exercise and observing, asking a lot of questions about them, making them feel better about themselves. And I'm not saying to do this in a manipulative way and that you're only doing it for your gain, because you will learn a lot from this and they will gain a lot from it by telling you this and explaining their expertise, why they do everything. It will make them question themselves, which will be good for them, having some perception on why they do exactly what they do. And if you want to be someone who wants to speed up your journey on your self-development process, this is going to be the best thing that you could possibly do. You go out there and you find those people who have already obtained whatever it is that you're looking to obtain in your life, and you find a way to spend time with them. You offer your services for free. You see if you can do some work for them. You maybe ask for an hour of coaching, 2 hours, however long you want. Maybe it's kind of a long-term plan that you have. See if they'd be willing even to just have a 10-minute conversation with you just for free. And that could open more doors than you believe, and you can start your network, your journey with them. And yeah, hopefully that can be the kind of building block for you building a relationship with this person. And this doesn't have to be just one person. You could have multiple masters, role models, if you like, where you might have a guy who's really killing it in the business, the industry that you're trying to work hard in and become very successful in, but you're very young. But maybe he's not too good on the fitness side. Maybe he's slacking a bit with his diet. He doesn't really go to the gym and he knows he should be. Or you might look for someone else who in the fitness area is absolutely killing it. But again, he doesn't have it in the business. The finance is what you're looking for. It's very hard to find that all-round person who has it kind of across the board. They're doing very well. It's hard to find those types of people. So you're going to look elsewhere, vice versa. And if you look at this from a sporting example, so I'm massively into football myself, and I know a lot of you people, watching this video, you probably can relate to this. If you look at someone like Pep Guardiola, very famous football manager, if anyone doesn't know, I'm sure, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 10 years, one of the greatest managers of all time, currently probably the greatest manager. And we have Mikel Arteta, who undertook apprenticeship under Guardiola during his time at Man City as the assistant manager to Pep Guardiola. And you look at Arteta now doing very, very well at Arsenal and is very much kind of up there with Guardiola as one of the best managers at the moment in time. And everyone knows that if it wasn't for Arteta undertaking these years, undertaking 3-4 years under Guardiola's wing, he would never be where he is today. All the stuff that he's learnt off Guardiola, he would have meticulously been taking notes of every single thing that Guardiola's doing on the training ground. And you can take this into your work, into your career, into your mission, whatever it is for you, and find that person who is kind of already at that level, and you kind of just observe them. You just sit there and observe every single detail that they are doing. And I think it's very important to observe absolutely everything, good and bad, because there'll be things that Arteta would have seen from Guardiola. It'll be like, you know what, I personally don't. I think that maybe is his flaw. Maybe he struggles a bit with confrontation, or he has weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, and you can use them to better your kind of experience with that. And also, we're all better at some things than others. So naturally, you could speed up your journey compared to the person you're learning off, because they've probably had to learn a lot of things that you can kind of skip through because you've got someone there who's already the full article, if you like. They might not be, but they're probably going to be a lot further along the journey than you are, so you can kind of skip a lot of those steps that they probably had to go through themselves. And again, yeah, you'll reach a certain level higher, and then you're likely to go on after a certain time and be like, you know what, I want a bit more. And you'll learn from the experience that you undertook under someone else's wing, and then your own personal experiences. You'll build on that, and you'll become a kind of even better. It's very common if you kind of look through someone who's been very successful underneath someone, watching someone being an apprentice, if you like, they actually end up normally going on to excelling the person that they've kind of learned off, because they've had more time. They've been able to kind of learn that process quicker than their master, because that person's probably kind of had to do it a lot more on their own, and not taking any credit away from you if you are the person who's been able to learn a lot off other people. But that is kind of the reality of the situation. And you might also consider someone who's not where you want to be in life, who's actually the complete opposite. You look at that person, you know that person inside out, and you're like, you know what, I really don't want to end up like John I know across the road, who's got no money, his relationships are really poor, he's got really bad sleep, he doesn't care about his fitness, everything's kind of just gone wrong. And you can look at his life and actually get to know him well. Again, not in like a manipulative way whatsoever, but you can hopefully help him anyway by any means possible. But you can look at this person and get to know why they are the way they are in a negative light as well, and be like, okay, I don't want to be anything like this person, so I'm going to do the polar opposite to them, because that's what I advise you to do a lot compared to kind of everyday people. Because at the end of the day, if you want a bit more from life, you've got to do the opposite. It's pretty simple as that. You're not going to get any different results to the average person if you're doing the same things as them. So you want to find these people as well who have done the reverse to this. They've not become successful in whatever it is that you kind of deem successful in life, and you want to take notes from them and be like, you know what, I don't want to end up like him. I need to make sure I don't, so I'm going to do the opposite. And obviously, again, you don't want to spend too much time with people who are like that, because you actually might end up being a lot more like them than you realise by doing so. But you know, you can learn a lot from everyone, and that's what I like to take. That's kind of something I look at life. I look at every person I meet, whether that be someone who I aspire to be like, or maybe there's someone who I don't aspire to be like, then I can still learn a lot from them. So that's something that you can do on a day-to-day basis. I think there's a lot of people you'll meet who you'll learn something off if you just get to know them. That's why it's always good to create conversations. Like I say, this will make you feel very good, because you're being social. You're going to make other people feel very good too. But yeah, I think this is a very important video, and this might help you a lot if you are someone who, you know, you feel like you've got a bit of an ego and you want to kind of learn, but you kind of don't really want to drop that. And this might be the reason why you got to be prepared to drop this for a few years. And if you want to get to the top, if you want to become the boss, if you want to become the best at anything, you're going to have to go through this period of sustained learning and building up your skills, which take time, and you have to accept this and be persistent and be patient, and you'll get there eventually. But make sure you find those kind of right role models for you. And if you think, you know what, I've watched your video, Thomas, and you're someone I'd like to work with, you're someone I kind of aspire to be like, I very much appreciate that. And my one-to-one personal coaching link will be below, where we'll help master your mindset and put your dream plan together on whatever that is for you in order for you to obtain that lifestyle. So yeah, hopefully this video has helped you. If it has, if you could leave a like and comment, subscribe, and that would be great. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.